Good afternoon. You're in the back room with Becky. And as I had said, it's not going away. Um, the issue at hand was the president's credibility, and it still is for all the reasons that we had discussed before. And I'm not really surprised, but I do want to share with you, if I can, just briefly. Newsmax one of my news sources, and they have been following this from the get-go. So, we have to put it to bed sooner or later. So let's just see what the other people are thinking about yesterday's revelation. Racism decried as Obama debunks birthers. Newsmax.com, Washington. Shortly after President Barack Obama declared himself an American-born citizen with papers to prove it, Babatunde Thurston declared himself a disgusted black man. I find it hard to summarize in mere words the amount of pain and rage this incident has caused, Thurston said. This will be the nation's first black president standing in the White House, blue power suit and all, going on TV to debunk in more detail than before the persistent "he ain't really an American" rumor, fanned anew by Donald Trump, the developer and might-be presidential candidate. Many African Americans responded to Wednesday's scene with a large sigh. The rumors and the controversy had a particular troubling resonance for them. They've been heard, lived, the legitimacy of black people being called into question so many times before. They said they weren't shocked to see it happen to Obama over something as simple as a birth certificate, but they were sad about it, seeing what they felt was a high-level manifestation of the idea that when a black person accomplishes something great, there must be something wrong. You're in the back room with Becky, and that's where we're going to take it from. From the beginning, my debaters have declared that this is not racially motivated. You've heard the words of other people. They're not the words of mine alone, even though there have been very few blacks have come onto the page and said yay or nay. And I think that probably because it's an issue that we have to deal with so much, that probably some people say, well, Becky, you deal with it. We don't want to deal with it. You feel like you want to deal with it, go ahead, because nothing's going to change. And that is the attitude of a lot of people, that nothing is going to change, no matter what we do, how much we educate ourselves, how much we stimulate ourselves, how much we overachieve. We always have to, when we're doing anything comparable to our European counterparts, it always has to be better. We have to be above reproach. We must have no skeletons in our closet. We must not have 1 ounce of ambiguity about who we are and what we represent, because we're held to a different standard. Is this news to anybody? Of course, not to the black people, but for the thousands upon thousands of white people who still got their heads in the sand like the proverbial ostrich. Here's what's happening. We can deal with this one by one, or we're going to deal with it in a massive, massive revolution. And there are people that will argue with you and tell you the revolution has already started. They just forgot to tell you. Okay? So check that. This behavior is not new. But I had one brief moment. When I woke up yesterday morning, I woke up extra early. It was 9. I don't get up with an alarm clock. I work for myself, so I write my own schedule. So if I get up early enough and I feel like I want to do some other things, I do that. This was different. It was almost like a kid on Christmas morning. Like I knew I had something to look forward to, but yet in my conscious mind, I didn't. And I said to you once before that the collective intelligence of a people will arrive at the same conclusion when presented with enough evidence. And so I'm not the only black person out here raising hell about this. So just so you know, just because black people are not saying anything to you, that does not mean that they are happy about the circumstances. And what does that say about America? What does it say about America? It says that we haven't grown very much. It says that with all the Oprahs and all of the Obamas and all of the Maya Angelos, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, all the Michaels, of all the extremely gifted, talented, wealthy, influential black people, people of color, it doesn't matter. Because we're going to need to check your paperwork. We need to run a credit check on you, Miss Oprah. I know you richest person next to the good Lord, but we're going to check your, because we don't trust you. Sorry, you were born with the wrong color skin. Hold up, wait a damn minute. It is about time. You know, we used to have this little thing in music class. There comes a time. Everybody has to, this is the drill. We've been having the drill. Now, the drill has always been, time has come for all good men to come and stand. Come and stand for their people. You have to do something every day, because this is a war. This is not a scrimmage. This is not an illusion that something that's going to fade away. This is not a fad. Donald Trump just saying and doing what a lot of other people of his persuasion may not feel that they can do comfortably. But see, when you have a lot of money, like I said, I think sometimes for some people, more money that makes them crazy. I just have to believe that, because I don't want to even wrap my brain around the fact that I'm still living in a country that we thought the dream, the dream, they're trying to make our dream into a nightmare. That's what's up. Martin Luther King said it. He meant it. And in some small measure, take satisfaction in that, my people, that today he stood in front of the people. And yesterday, he stood in front of the people. Tomorrow, he will stand in front of the people. He is our president. The first black president. And I'm going to say the first, because he will not be the last. Time for a change. And now that he's gone through all this hell, people, get behind your president. You shouldn't have to wait until something critical comes up. Because let me tell you, the rednecks and the KKK and the skinheads and the survivalists, they are on their channels preaching, networking, recruiting, and we sit back on our thumbs and won't even cooperate with each other. Evil flourishes when good men do nothing. We don't have lights like they do in Hollywood. We got the light of the good Lord. So did you see that sunshine come through there? I want to make sure that I brought that to your attention, because the Lord is not happy. I'm not going to pretend like I'm some preacher, because that's, I'm a believer. But I just, with all the turmoil I see, I have to know that he is not pleased. You're mistreating his people. We're his people too. You don't have to like it. I'm your sister. I'm your mother. That man that called me a welfare whore the other day, I'm your welfare whore sister, if that's the case. I'm just a little darker than you. We might not have came over on the same boat like they said, but we damn sure in the same one now. We all have to live in this country, one way or another, and, the harvest is coming, and there'll be a lot of changes. Don't get discouraged because people are not happy that Obama is legitimate. We knew he was legitimate. The fact that you even doubted it for a minute, I'm embarrassed. Shame on you. Shame on you. Do you really think we got that many resources, that we got time to cover up some stuff, and we got people dying across the water? Got two wars literally still raging. Iraq and Afghanistan, lest we forget. Haiti is still tore up. New Orleans is still tore up. Now it's raging through the Midwest and the South. Storms, destruction, death, and pestilence. You can say what you want to say. Miss B is off. She's off again and running. You better believe in something. You better believe in something. Because if you don't believe in something, you'll fall for anything. You don't stand up for what you believe, then you don't have a life worth living. Truly, you don't. You're in the back room with Becky, and it's still going on, and it's time to make a change. Change the way you see and say things. It'll come real soon for the people.